It's the National Football League on CBS Sports, where today the Chargers and Raiders are ready for their first game of the new millennium. From Network Associates Coliseum in Oakland, these two original members of the AFL are ready to renew their rivalry, which goes back to 1960. And there's a lot of enthusiasm in Oakland. They rallied in Jack London Square on Friday after finishing 8-8 last season. The Raiders feel they have all the components to make a run at Super Bowl. Today marks a new beginning for cover boy Ryan Leaf. He's coming off an excellent preseason where he clearly established himself as a starter. And after missing all of last year, the 24-year-old is ready to start fulfilling all those lofty expectations today. It's the Chargers and Raiders next.
Great day today, guys. It's going to be a great day today. I don't think we're going to have that many fans here, but hopefully our fans will watch it back in San Diego because it's going to be a great day.
In the Bay Area, 64 degrees and sunny. Gus Johnson along with Brent Jones. Raiders have won the toss. They will receive the football. John Carney, the longtime kicker for the Chargers, tees it up at the 30-yard line. Napoleon Kaufman, Alvin Branch back deep. That's Kaufman, number 26. Chargers and Raiders here in Oakland. And the 2000 season is underway. And this will be Kaufman inside the 5. Napoleon all the way up to the 26, make it 27-yard line. Fred McQuarrie with the tackle, a 23-yard return. And that brings on Rich Gannon, coming off his first Pro Bowl last year with the Raiders. And in the first game against San Diego last year, he was 18 of 24, 254 yards. Brent, he threw 4 touchdowns.
Gus, he threw the ball really well last year, feeling comfortable with the offense, but you got to be aware of Rich Gannon's running ability. He's got quick feet. Won't hesitate to run the ball. He'll get upfield right away. John
Ritchie, Tyrone Wheatley line up in the eye. First down and 10 from the 26. That's Ricky Dudley in motion. And they dump it off to Ritchie, and Ritchie lowers his head and gets over the 35-yard line up to the 37. He picks up 13. Let's take a look at the Raiders offensively. Stinchcomb missed all of last year because of an injury. He's back. Wisniewski, Robbins, Mo Collins, and Lincoln Kennedy. And the backs and receivers, Ritchie the fullback, Wheatley close to a 1,000-yard season a year ago. Tim Brown, James Jett, the receivers, and Ricky Dudley. Some feel he is headed to the Pro Bowl this season. First down and 10 from the 38. Play action. Gannon pumping. It's deflected at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. Intended for Tim Brown. And defensively for the San Diego Chargers, some changes up front. Fontenot, Mickle are the ends, with Jamal Williams and John Perella in the middle. And the linebackers, Junior Seau, 9-time Pro Bowler, Orlando Ruff and Gerald Dixon. And to the secondary, Scott Turner replaces Deron Jenkins at one corner, and Darrell Lewis the other, Michael Dumas, and a healthy Rodney Harrison the other safety. Second down and 10 at the 38-yard line for the Raiders on their opening drive. And some movement on the offensive line. Mo Collins, some early jitters. He forgot the snap count.
Well, they haven't run the ball yet. Mo Collins wanted to get out. You're going to see Big Mo. He wanted to get out there that first run, take his shot at this guy. Boom, he's ready to go early. You know, offensive linemen, Gus, they want to run the ball early, get in the flow of the game.
1 year ago, the Raiders finishing 8-8. They came up with a big win on the last day of the regular season over Kansas City, winning in Kansas City in overtime. Here's Rich Gannon, sets up, down the middle, incomplete. James Jett, the intended receiver, Michael Dumas there covering. And John Gruden, third-year head coach for the Oakland Raiders, youngest coach in the National Football League at 37 years old. And when we had a chance Talked to him Friday. He seemed really positive about his team's chances this year.
You could really feel the confidence in John's voice and just his mannerisms, the way he carried it. He's done a great job focusing this team. One of the Raiders' problems over the years, they haven't paid attention to detail. John Gruden's done a great job bringing it in.
Back-to-back 8-8 seasons under Coach Gruden. Third down and a long 15 from the 34. They need to get to the 49 for a first down. And here's Gannon, flushed out of the pocket, tripped up and goes down. Rodney Harrison with the sack, and the Raiders are forced to punt it away.
And right before Rodney Harrison was creeping up to the line of scrimmage, Lincoln Kennedy, right tackle, was pointing at him. Tyrone Wheatley had a clear shot at him. See Harrison give him a little olay, comes back. Harrison's got good speed, worked hard this offseason, just clips Rich Gannon's ankle, gets him down. Gannon had a lot of room to run.
So Rodney Harrison with the sack here. Shane Leckler, the rookie out of Texas A&M, to Jeff Graham, retreats and goes down at the 10. And Dorsett with the special teams tackle. Free agent acquisition coming over from Tennessee, and the Chargers will start from their own 10-yard line. A 53-yard punt for the rookie from A&M. 42 to go in the first quarter of play. Gus Johnson along with Brent Jones, Ryan Leaf. He's back, and he's expecting to have a good season for San Diego.
Well, he's going to have to face the skeletons in his closet, and I guarantee you a lot of those skeletons are right here in the stands today and on the field.
So first down and 10 from the 13-yard line for the Chargers, and they hand it off. And this is Chancey running forward, tackled by Grady Jackson on the play. And there's Ryan Leaf, missed all of last year with a torn shoulder. He was the second pick overall in the '98 draft behind Peyton Manning, and everybody knows what Peyton has gone on to do. But when we talked to him yesterday, he seems calm and composed and ready to play.
Yeah, he does seem like a different guy. He's got to prove it, though, with live bullets. First real game this year. We'll see what he can do.
Second down and 8 from the 15, out of the gun. Leaf pumping underneath, and it's broken up. Anthony Dorsett in on the play. Starting lineup for the San Diego Chargers. Ben Coleman, the left tackle, comes over from Jacksonville after 5 years, where he played left guard. The backs and receivers, Chancey is the feature. Jeff Graham, Curtis Conway played with each other in Chicago. Third down and 8 from the 15. They need to get to the 23 and a half. Here's Leaf to the far side, incomplete. Curtis Conway, the intended receiver, and Charles Woodson there defensively.
And you saw Ryan Leaf try to hit Curtis Conway the play before, try to double coverage, has single coverage on the outside right here. You've got to go to get that first down. Ball's just delivered a little bit outside. Conway tries to stretch for it. Got to put that on his inside shoulder, give him room to run up the field. Those are some of the things that Ryan Leaf has to do. He's got those physical abilities. He's got to make it happen upstairs, though.
So Darren Bennett, the Aussie punter, stands at his own goal line. Darian Gordon is back at the 35, and it's a short punt. And out of bounds. Flags on the play. Oakland with the chance to get terrific field position. A 33-yard punt from Bennett. And it's a hold against Oakland. Here's Mike Riley, his second year as the head coach of the Chargers. Finished 8-8 last year as well.
And that's not a tough one. Mike Riley's saying push him back. And those are some of the things that the Raiders wanted to go in.
Well, the kick was in the air, holding 53 of the receiving team. 10 yards from the end of the kick. First down, timeout.
Travian Smith called for the hold. 12:53 to go in the first. Back to Oakland. No score early on here in Oakland. Raiders and the Chargers. Raiders take over. First down and 10 at the 42. And there's Mike Riley. First year last season, 8-8. They won 4 of their last 5 games at the end of the year. And a whistle.
Raiders with a couple penalties in a row right now. That's what you can't have playing at home.
Fire the snap. False start. 74 offense. 5 yards. Repeat first down.
Matt Stinchcomb. Had a shoulder injury last year. Sat out his entire rookie season.
And so he's just getting a chance to play. First-round draft pick of last year, and it's just like being a rookie all over again out there in the left tackle position.
Out of Georgia. Third penalty for the Raiders. First down and 15. Here's Brown on the reverse. Cuts it inside and goes down. Rodney Harrison laid him out at the 40-yard line.
And we knew we were going to try some reverses today. Fast flow defense for the Chargers. Watch the hit here. Rich Gannon gets the handoff. Boom, there's Junior Seau. He was coming in on the blitz. He wanted to get a piece of him. And Rodney Harrison was right there waiting for Tim Brown. But if he wasn't, there was nobody around.
Makes it second down and 12. A gain of 3 on the last play from the 40. Brown, the motion man. Gannon to throw. As Wheatley open in the flats. Tyrone lowers his head and is chopped down at the 47-yard line. Darrell Lewis, the 10-year man out of Arizona, with the tackle.
Because you won't hear a lot of people talk about Mike Riley and the job that he did last year, but I think he's one of the unsung coaches in the National Football League. Took the Chargers to an 8-8 record. They virtually had no running game. They had Jeff Graham at receiver, nobody else, a banged-up Jim Harbaugh, banged-up line, a hurt Rodney Harrison, missed the rest of the season after week 6, and still finished 8-8.
And now with Ryan Leaf, the Chargers feel that they can really compete in the AFC West this season. 3rd and 4 from the 48. Here comes Junior on the blitz. Gannon steps up and nowhere to go. Junior Seau, Gerald Dixon in on the sack, and the Raiders will be forced to punt it away.
And that's going to be a key for the Raiders during this game. They've got to protect Rich Gannon. They feel like they got great matchups on the outside for San Diego defense. You see Seau make the leap over, and he's always around. He's kicking on the ground, biting, scratching, grabbing an ankle right there. You see Mickle in on top the tackle. Got to give Rich Gannon time. Gannon's got to stay in that pocket and make something happen downfield.
Leckler from the 32, 53-yarder on his first punt. And Graham with the fair catch signal at the 15-yard line. And you can tell it's opening day. Raiders and Chargers going at it a little bit. Meanwhile, a 39 punt for Leckler. Back to Oakland after this. Minutes to go in the first quarter of play. Score from Oakland. Chargers take over at their own 15-yard line. First down and 10 out of the I formation. And this is Chancey running over the right side. Don't forget, coming up on the NASDAQ.com halftime report, Jim Nance, Craig James, Randy Cross, Jerry Glanville, and Mike Ditko get you caught up on all the scores and highlights. That's coming up on the NASDAQ.com halftime report. That desk getting a little crowded there in New York.
Sounds like the who's who of the National Football League in there.
Question on 5th Avenue. Second down and 9 from the 16. Leaf slips and goes down at the 10.
Now, you don't think the Raiders are in Ryan Leaf's right now, saying there's no way you can do that. Usually a guard snaps the ball to the center snaps the ball, and a guard will step on your feet, and you just go down like a ton of bricks. And I have to bet that wasn't Ryan Leaf, but the Raiders are letting him know you can't do it during the real season.
Leaf, an outstanding preseason, was 40 of 63 for 447 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. But the regular season, a lot different. Third down and 15. They need to get to the 25. Leaf steps up underneath, caught by Conway. He's drilled at the 20-yard line, 5 yards short. Torrey James, the nickelback, with the tackle.
And even though that was 5 yards short, Curtis Conway getting him into the mix. He was hurt this whole training camp with a hamstring, and getting a completion for Ryan Leaf. You see Conway get a little push off there, start outside, come underneath. The Raiders defense is going to give you 10 yards when you have to go 15 for a first down, but both Conway and Leaf wanted to get on the board, get in the stat sheet, and give him a little confidence for this next series.
Bennett at the 5. Gordon back at the 33. High spiraling kick. This one a beauty. At the 15-yard line, they run the reverse, and it's dropped by Branch. Picks it up at the goal line. And to the 15-yard line, a 63-yard punt for Darren Bennett, and a dangerous play for the Oakland Raiders.
It looked like they had some blockers coming out to the left side. Watch this reverse. Little ball handling. The handoff was okay. Brandt just dropped it.
First down and 10 from the 14-yard line for the Raiders. Here's Tyrone Wheatley with running room. Gets over the 15 up to the 17-yard line. Endo Ruff, the middle linebacker, with the tackle. Still committed. The Raiders awfully talented, but it's been a while since they've been in the playoffs.
Well, you know their motto is commitment to excellence, and I think that's what John Gruden has brought in. Committed to the offseason program, committed to knowing the offense, committed to paying attention to detail, and I think this is going to be a big year for the Raiders. They have been out of the playoffs since '93. The only other two teams longer than that, the Saints and the Bengals. You don't want to be associated with those two teams.
Second down and 7 from the 17. Ricky Dudley in motion. They pitch it to Kaufman, and he is dragged down. Rodney Harrison plugging up the hole and drags down Napoleon at the 15-yard line.
And how about Rodney Harrison coming back after that shoulder injury last year, week 6, missed the rest of the season, came back, talked about working in rehab this whole offseason, being intense and ready to play and hitting the live game. And when we talked with him, there was a quiet confidence, Gus. And this San Diego Charger defense, they take it personally when you try to run on them.
A Pro Bowler in 1998, former 5th-round pick of Western Illinois. Third down and 8 from the 16. Gannon, straight drop. Loses it, picks it up. Rich Gannon still with the football. He goes down. An acrobatic play, but he'll be short of the first down. Gerald Dixon stops him.
And watch Gannon play this athletic play, although it's not the type of play that you'd like. Loses the ball here for a second, comes back, gets hit, slips back down. Nice presence of mind to catch it. Watch a little juke move here, I think, on Junior Say. A little out, in, boom, there goes Junior. Gannon almost got upfield and got that first down. Sidestep a couple of big problems there.
Third punt for Leckler. Gets off a wobbly punt to the sideline. Graham. And he's over the 30 up to the 34. Flags on the play. A 5th return.
And Jeff Graham stepped out of bounds right there and looked like something happened right when he stepped out. Usually that's a late hit, unless it's a hold by the Chargers right there on the sideline.
Legal block in the back, above the waist. 25 of the receiving team. 10 yards, first down, timeout.
Reggie Russ with the illegal block in the back. 7:05 to go in the first quarter of play. We're still scoreless in Oakland. No score, 7:05 to go in the first quarter of play. Set the Raiders defense for you. And up front, on the right side, Lance Johnstone, 10 sacks last year. Darrell Russell, back-to-back Pro Bowls, along with Jackson and Bryant. The linebackers, Beaker, William Thomas, and Alexander. Charles Woodson, Pro Bowler. Eric Allen, former Pro Bowler, on the corners with Marquez Pope and Anthony Dorsett. Ryan Leaf over the middle, and it's broken up at the last moment. Eric Allen gets a hand on it. Ball intended for Jeff Graham.
And the Chargers talked about picking on Eric Allen, but Eric Allen, a veteran, former Pro Bowler in this league. He's got a lot of savvy, up and bump coverage, following Jeff Graham, who runs great routes. See him get over his knees right there. Eric Allen right with him, getting that arm in at the last second to tip the ball away. That's an outstanding play by Eric Allen. You're not going to get rich going after that guy.
He's in his 13th year. The draw play, Chansey breaking tackles and lowers his head, gets close to the 30. Eric Allen keeps a personal book on every receiver that he's ever covered, and it paid off for him. Look at his career numbers. 47 interceptions, and he's right behind Rod Woodson and Darrell Green.
Guys that can really make some things happen. He's got great technique out there, just a real savvy ball player, great leader on this defense.
Third down and 3 from the 29. They need to get to the 32-yard line. Ryan Leaf out into the flats. It's caught. And that is the tight end, Freddie Jones, picks up the first down. And that is the first down for San Diego, with 6:15 to go in the first quarter of play.
And Freddie Jones is catching a little 4 or 5 yard route out here. You see him in the slot just doing a little quick out route. Ryan Leaf putting it right where he needs to. Lead him forward so he can be going forward, catching the ball, gets that extra yard, gets the first down.
And here's the no huddle. get to the line of scrimmage quickly. From the 34, the pitch. Terrell Fletcher with running room spins and goes down at the 38-yard line. Stopped on the play by Marquez Pope. And the no huddle, very effective for San Diego in the second half of the season.
And they really do have a lot of confidence in that. And they just kind of loiter around the line. Ryan Leaf kind of calls out what's going on. It's not a hurry-up offense. It's a no huddle, but it doesn't allow the defense to substitute.
Leaf double clutches, throws the slant, almost picked off Allen. Curtis Conway, the intended receiver. And the no-huddle offense very effective for the Chargers last year.
And we talked to Mike Riley, and he said, I don't know if it really gives you a distinct advantage, but you can see right here, in the last 7 games, they really made something happen with it. And as the players have confidence, and it gives the players confidence, let's do it. He said they're begging for it all the time.
They need to get to the 44 for a first down. 3rd and 6 from the 38. Lee steps up, caught by Conway. First down, San Diego. And yesterday, as he gains 13 yards, when we talked to Mike Riley, he told us if they were going to be successful running the ball, they had to hit their receivers on the outside.
And you're going to see Jeff Graham clear the zone. Curtis Conway's just going to come underneath. You see Eric Allen hesitate for just a second. That allows Conway to come underneath and catch that first down.
From midfield, short drop again, this time Graham. And he is wrestled down at the 35-yard line. Eric Allen with the tackle, but a gain of 14 yards.
And the name we haven't heard a whole lot of yet here, all-pro defensive tackle Darrell Russell for the Raiders, number 96, getting a double team, getting pushed on the ground. You don't see that happen a whole lot to big Darrell Russell. And that's a big part of the success thus far with the Chargers throwing offense. Russell hasn't been back in the backfield.
Best drive of the game so far for the Chargers. Leaf again, incomplete. Intended for Fletcher. And that one went in and out of his hands.
A little high. Fletcher's got to catch that. The reason it was a little high, Ryan Leaf getting pressure. Blitzing linebacker, Alexander coming from the outside. Ryan Leaf, that's one of the things that he has to do to be successful. Get that blitzer, see him coming, and unload the ball to the hot receiver. Fletcher's got to make that catch.
2nd down and 10 from the 36. Out of the I formation. 9th play of the drive. Fletcher looking for a hole. Nowhere to go. He is wrapped up by Darrell Russell.
Chargers hasn't had a whole lot of success running the ball yet. When we talked to Mike Riley yesterday, he said we're going to have to throw the ball and be successful, open up the run. And they've had relative success throwing the ball. Not a whole lot running it yet against the stout Raider defensive line.
3rd down and 8 from the 34. Chargers need to get to the 26 for a first down. Leaf out of the shotgun. Leaf underneath, and it's intercepted. Marquez Pope at the 30. Goes down at the 40-yard line. A return of 25 yards. That one not Ryan Leaf's fault.
And Ryan Leaf made a big throw, stood up in the pocket, and put the ball right where he needed to do it. Curtis Conway, you're going to see him run a deep in route from the top, coming across the middle. The ball right where it needs to be, a little bit outside. Conway's got to make that catch. And when that ball gets tipped in the air, those safeties are there all the time. Marquez Pope, watch that tip right into Pope's hands. Pope does a nice job getting the ball upfield.
And a disappointed Ryan Leaf. He threw 15 interceptions his rookie season. First of the year, first down and 10 from the 40. Rich Gannon on play action over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Tim Brown. And how difficult, Brent, is it for the players to basically play on an infield for most of the middle of the field from the 20-yard line to the opposite 20. You have the infield for the Oakland A's. And most of the offense is on this
it's
area
tough out
of the
there.
field.
It's harder than AstroTurf, but you don't get the good footing. The line hates starting off it. The receivers hate starting off it. It's just it's a tough thing to do, play across that whole field like that.
Draw play, Tyrone Wheatley bringing over the left side, gets up to the 44. Gerald Dixon with the tackle.
Very successful last year and plans on keeping that whole thing rolling this year.
3rd down and 6 from the 44. They're 0 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. The slant to Tim Brown can't hold on. So the San Diego defense coming up big once again for Leckler. At the 30-yard line, Graham standing at the 16. Got away another nice one. High wobbly kick. Fair catch signal at the 11. A 45-yard punt. 10 from the 11. McCrary and Chancey in the backfield. Chancey breaks it up the middle, lowers his head, and gets to the 25-yard line. Charles Woodson with the tackle. A gain of 14 for the former minor league baseball player for the Baltimore Orioles and the New York Mets. And one of America's most... First down and 10 from the 25. Chancey once again, this time over the 25 up to the 27. Darrell as the starter. He has 5 carries for 26 yards. Leaf setting up deep in the pocket, going for the home run. It's incomplete, intended for Conway, but Eric Allen running stride for stride.
Ryan Leaf doing a nice job on that play action, but Eric Allen right there. There's a late hit. It looks like Ryan Leaf is down. Let's watch Upshaw coming on. He hasn't made a whole lot of things happen in the preseason, and that's just a brutal hit, spearing. And let's look. They were going to get the ball back. The Raiders, you don't want to do that tight game. Just give them 15 yards and they keep the ball.
First down and 10 for the 41 for the Chargers. Here's Chancey lowering his head and picks up positive yardage. Flag on the play. William Thomas, the former Philadelphia Eagle, with the tackle.
Illegal shift. The second did not set for 1 full second. 5 yards. Repeat first down.
You can't.
Moreno underneath, caught by Freddie Jones, a tight end. And Jones over the 40 to the 44-yard line. A gain of 9. Marquez Pope with the tackle, and here comes Leaf. And this is an opportunity for him to really prove his toughness to some of his teammates.
Well, what you do is you start earning your respect back. We know Ryan Leaf has been chronicled for the last couple of years what's gone on. And you come back and you play hurt, you all of a sudden you're earning respect on guys on your team and on the opposing team as well.
Second down and 6 from the 45 to the sideline, incomplete. Ball intended for Graham.
Now he's got to make it happen on the field.
They need to get to the 49 for first. Third down and 6 from the 45. Here's Leaf with all kinds of time. Underneath, great catch, and a first down for San Diego. Michael Ricks with the reception. And here's a man that was on the bubble at the end of training camp.
And they traded a number one a couple years ago for Michael Ricks. Never really made the plays. Had a big preseason, made some big grabs. Watch him right there, down below your knees, going away. That's a big catch. And watch the hit here on Ryan Leaf, scrambling out of the pocket. He's going to take shots all day.
Chancey over the right side. And Ryan Leaf 5 of 12 right now for 47 yards passing. And that is the end of the first quarter of play. No score. We will return to Network Associates Coliseum right after this message. San Diego with the football in Raiders territory. Out of the I formation. Chancey the deep back. Leaf with the short drop. Incomplete.
These passes complete.
Gus Johnson, Brent Jones with you from Oakland. And so far, Ryan Leaf, Brent, 5 of 13 now, 47 yards, 1 interception. He looks like he's starting to gain his confidence.
Yeah, not great stats, Gus, but he's made a few big completions, made a few good throws, taken that shot in the chin, and he's back, came back out on the field. So far, I think it's been a respectable first quarter for the young man.
Here's Leaf again, standing tall in the pocket, incomplete. His receiver slipped Jeff Graham. Leaf throwing the ball to the spot, and nobody home. So that will bring on Darren Bennett and the punting unit. So right now, both teams having problems with their offensive flow as Leaf heads into the locker room.
That's probably good for a stitch or two in the chin.
Bennett at the 37. Gordon at the 10. Wobbly. Lands. And it's kept out of the end zone. And it's down at the 1-yard line. John Reeves downs the football. A 47-yard punt. No score from Oakland. While you watch the game, log on to NFL.com and track the stats of all your favorite teams. www.nfl.com. First down and 10 from their own 3-yard line for the Raiders, and this is Wheatley running between the tackles, gets over the 5 up to the 7. Ryan Leaf went into the locker room. He has a lacerated chin. He may not get stitches, and Curtis Conway has a bruised shoulder, and he is being checked out as we speak. But so far for the Raiders, prior to that run, only 33 yards in total offense, 15 rushing and 18 passing. Second down and 5. Wheatley again gets to the 10-yard line.
And this is what the Chargers want you to do. They want you to try to run the ball on them. And the flow of the game really thus far has favored the San Diego Chargers. It's no score. That's exactly what they want. Play that tight game where you can win it on a field goal in the fourth quarter. And we know that the Raiders have lost their share of games on field goals in the fourth quarter.
Junior Seau told us yesterday we're going to play downhill. Running the ball is something he will take personally. Third down and 3 from the 11. The slant, it's caught. Andre Rison at the 20-yard line, and a first down for the Raiders, a gain of 9. First catch for Andre Rison. He's only been in camp for 11 days, coming over from Kansas City.
And watch Andre Rison run the slant around, little head and shoulders outside, come underneath, make the catch. And a big part of this, pick up Junior Seau. Always know where he is. Nice job, Barrett Robbins, the center. A lot of people think Barrett Robbins, the center, is one of the best centers in the league.
Raiders with a little breathing room from their own 20.
You always have to know where Seau is, Gus.
And underneath, James Jett with the catch at the 32. A pickup of 12. And the top active receivers in the National Football League, 2 play for the Raiders, Tim Brown and Andre Rison, who's number 7 on the list.
Well, that's a lot of catches between those two. I talked to Andre on the field during warm-ups, and I said, boy, I saw you stepping it out in the preseason. You're looking like you're doing great. And he put his finger over his mouth. He said, shh, I want to keep it a secret.
First down and 10 from the 32. Around the motion man. Kaufman trying to bounce it outside. He is stood up and driven down. Darrell Lewis with the tackle. The left corner. Very nice play.
And Rodney Harrison fired up. Tim Brown coming in motion, and Rodney Harrison coming in on the blitz. And you're going to see Tim Brown, what looks like, clip Rodney Harrison right in the back, push him right by the play. And that's a legal hit in the back, and Rodney Harrison was going crazy because he was going to make a 5-yard sack right there. Tim Brown getting away with one.
Second down and long from the 32. Seau showing blitz, backs off of it. And it's complete at the 38-yard line. Tim Brown gets up. He and Harrison going at it a little bit. A gain of 7 yards.
Boy, and there's a lot of mutual respect there. 2 of the best in the league. And nobody runs routes like Tim Brown. He is so precise. And you're seeing Gannon starting to find some comfort level putting the ball. Tim Brown right there, comes back to the ball, makes a nice driving catch. Rodney Harrison, a little piling on. So Tim Brown says, hey, here's the ball. Just made a catch on you.
Tim Brown, 7 1,000-yard seasons in his career. Had 100-yard games a year ago. Third down and 3 from the 39. Here comes a blitz. Raiders pick it up. Gannon in trouble. Throws it out of bounds. Incomplete, but a flag on the play.
And Darrell Lewis coming off the corner, catching the Raiders off guard, but I think he got Gannon's face mask. You got to watch your hands down there.
Let's see if it's a 15 or 5-yarder. Usually
There's no intentional grounding. The quarterback was out of the pocket. Personal foul. 15-yard face mask. 26 defense. 15 first down.
And the general rule is if you grab the face mask and the head turns, it's a 15-yarder.
And let's see. And there's, that's a little head and helmet. Spun him all the way around. And Darrell Lewis coming off the corner, really surprised Rich Gannon. He's got to stay low. Don't get those fingers up in the face mask. Veteran corner knows better than that, and that would have been a big 3rd and out for the Chargers defense.
So the Raiders in Chargers territory for the first time this afternoon at the 46-yard line and a first down. Play action. Gannon looking. Incomplete. Intended for Brown.
Tim Brown looking for some interference.
Deron Jenkins, the big free agent acquisition from Baltimore, covering.
I think that ball was ruled an uncatchable ball, and Deron Jenkins coming for the Chargers. And there's Ryan Leaf back on the field on the bench, trying to figure out if his chin's okay. I think if he came back in with it bleeding the first time, I think he'll be all right. Gus, I think he'll be back.
So far, Rich Gannon, 5 of 10, 49 yards. He's got a 2nd and 10 here at the San Diego 46. The pitch. Kaufman cuts it back, bottled up, and goes down. And so what did it mean, Brent, when Steve Young came back on the field after a big hit from an opposing team?
Well, that was half the time, Gus, and he was always getting rocked or knocked down. And one of the things that I was surprised when Reagan Upshaw hit Ryan Leaf, you didn't see any of the offensive linemen go after Reagan Upshaw. You got to do a better job. You got to show the other team that we're not going to take that crap you hitting our quarterback. And Steve Young just many times earned the respect of being a tough player. And Ryan Leaf has a long way to go. But right now, he has earned the degree of respect to be able to come back out on the field after that crunching hit.
3rd down and 10 from the 46. Raiders 1 for 5 on down conversions. Incomplete. James Jett turned one way. Rich Gannon threw the ball the other way.
And Rich Gannon's fired up. He's screaming at James Jett, and he's not a big screamer, but there was some miscommunication out there. Gannon's looking for that comeback route, and James Jett just kept going, and Rich Gannon's going to tell him, come on, we're running a comeback. James Jett so used to just flying down the sidelines full speed ahead, 50-yard dash.
So Leckler stands at the 40-yard line. Graham back at the 10, and he pops this one high in the air. Graham with the fair catch signal at the 16. Nice job for Leckler, a 29-yard punt. Still no score, 2nd quarter. Colorful crowd here at Network Associates Coliseum, no score. Get live updates for each NFL game as it happens. Just click on live scores at cbs.sportsline.com. First down and 10 for the Chargers from their own 17. And here is Chancey running hard over the 25. Continues to move the pile forward. And the Raiders still can't bring him down. A lot down and 10 on the 28. Chancey again with running room over that left side. And he gets up to the 33-yard line. Josh Taves with the tackle.
Josh Taves combining with the tackle.
Taking the linebacker on. Nice block, making the hole for Robert Chancey.
That left side doing a very nice job. Leaf in trouble, and he is dropped at the 25. Josh Taves.
Hey, Josh Taves is so happy to be on the field. Here's a guy that's been in the league, or he's 28 years old. 6 years he's been cut. He's been cut by 6 teams. In fact, he was cut by the Saints on the field of the first game last year. So he doesn't even believe he's in the National Football League. He ought to right now. He just made his first sack fighting through the block.
3rd down and a long 12 from the 26. They need to get to the 38.5 for a first down. Leaf out of the shotgun. Fires. Incomplete. Intended for Trevor Gaylor, the rookie. out of Miami of Ohio, and that's a ball he should have come up with.
And Trevor Gaylor can get up. Ryan Lee puts it right where he needs to put it. Gaylor made a lot of these catches in practice. You got to be able to make them in the game. You know you're going to take a shot. And watch Gogan on Taves right here. Get those hands inside, Big Gogs. Push him down. There you go. All-pro, Pro Bowler. Great character. One of the dirtiest guys in the league, Sports Illustrated said.
He was the nicest guy in the world yesterday when we talked to him. Bennett sends it away. Gordon backpedals to the 24. Looking up the middle and chopped down at the 30-yard line. Reggie Rusk with the special teams tackle, a 50-yard punt, a 7-yard return here in Oakland. 7-time report. First down and 10 from the 31-yard line for the Raiders. Rich Gannon dropping back underneath. It's caught. Tim Brown is leveled at the 42-yard line. Tackle on the play is Michael Dumas.
And John was talking to us about Tim Brown. He says, I give Tim Brown some routes to run that nobody on this team can run. Some guys in the league can't run. Lets him freelance a little bit more. And Tim Brown's come through for John Gruden. He is really the leader on this offense. And Tim, just a quality guy both on and off the field. And look at that, 770 receptions. 8th in the National Football League history.
He's got 2 catches, 18 yards. Gannon to the sideline. Andre Rison, did he get both feet in? Yes. Andre Rison, and Tim Brown told us when we talked to him on Friday that having Rison really changes the entire complexion of this Raiders offense.
And he was excited. He's tired of getting double teamed all the time, and everybody knows James Jett's going deep and you cover Tim Brown, but Andre Rison can really open some things up as a third receiver. Did a nice job there pushing up, keeping his feet down. Just saw the little tip tap right there, keeping his feet in. Those are things that only a veteran with that experience can make happen. 2 catches, 16 yards for Andre Rison. And this is Wheatley leaning forward, gets to midfield. Jamal Williams there to cut him down. And last components, Norman, the free agency. Rayleigh Johnson blew out his knee in a preseason game, the leading sacker from last year. I didn't believe Junior. I didn't think that they were going to be able to stop the run like last year.
3rd down and 2 from midfield. Play action. Gannon bails out of the pocket and incomplete. He had a lot of pressure. Rodney Harrison heading straight for him.
And Rodney Harrison,
along with Junior Seau.
The heart and soul of this team, those 2 guys. And I know Junior really missed Rodney last year when he got hurt in week 6. And that's why it was such an amazing thing that Junior held his defense together down the stretch.
And so far for the Raiders, 6 possessions, 6 punts. Here's Leckler standing at the 35-yard line. And gets away a nice one. Graham allows it to go into the end zone for a touchback. 50-yard punt. So Junior Seau and the San Diego Chargers defense, they mean business. And we have a scoreless game in Oakland. Welcome back to the Network Associates Coliseum here in Oakland, California. No score. 5:41 to go in the second quarter of play. Ryan Leaf and the Chargers with the football at their own 20. Chancey. He may have gotten 1 yard on the play. William Thomas with the tackle, and we would like to wish owner Alex Spanos of the San Diego Chargers a speedy recovery. Mr. Spanos is at home in nearby Stockton, recovering from heart bypass surgery. He's never missed a Chargers-Raiders game, so we hope that he gets well soon. 2nd down and a long 9 from the 21. Here's a draw play. Chancey again. And Chancey wrapped up by William Thomas. Thomas in the starting lineup in place of Eric Barton. He came over from Philadelphia.
And William Thomas has been to the Pro Bowl a couple times. Can make some things happen, rushing the passer and making some big tackles. Nice veteran to have out there on your defense.
Matter of fact, he was on the Eagles defense when John Gruden was the offensive coordinator in Philadelphia. Ryan Lee delivers, and it's picked off. Woodson at the 40, down the sideline, knocked out of bounds by McCrary, and there's a big turnover. The 2nd turnover of the game for the Chargers, and it looked as if there was some miscommunication. Ryan Leaf, 1 for his last 8. His second interception.
Ryan Leaf trying to get Freddie Jones involved, the tight end. The ball just going to sail on him a little bit, throwing that out route. Woodson's right there. Said he was going to get 8 or 9 picks this year. He's off to the races. There's number 1.
Charles Woodson, only 1 interception all of last season. And he gives the Raiders excellent field position at the San Diego 26. Now Tyrone Wheatley gets inside the 25-yard line. Make it the 23. Junior Seau with the tackle. There's Leaf. Charles Woodson, the former Heisman Trophy winner out of Michigan.
And you're going to see Freddie Jones here, Gus, come out, run the out route. Woodson's going to start off in coverage and just kind of fall off in zone coverage. The ball's going to go over Freddie Jones's head, like I said, right into Woods' hands.
2nd down, 7. Gannon delivers incomplete, intended for Wheatley. John Perella in on the play.
How about John Perella covering Tyrone Wheatley? Big John Perella, one of the toughest guys in the National Football League. I remember later talking to defensive coordinator Joe Pascal, and Perella was on the injured list with a pulled calf. He said Perella plays every game. I can't even believe he's on the list. The only time he'd be on the list would be with a bullet wound.
John Perella coming off a career-high 5.5 sacks. He's a big-time businessman in his hometown of Grand Island, Nebraska. Owns a couple of car dealerships. 3rd down and 7 from the 23. Gannon steps up. Over the middle. Oh! Junior Seau, the 9-time Pro Bowler, delivering the knockout punch on John Ritchie. Wow. And I'm sure Ritchie will have a long conversation with Gannon when they get to the sideline.
Gannon must not have seen Junior Seau, but those are the kind you dream about at night. If you're a middle linebacker, lead him right in there, stretch his arms out, whack. You see Junior Seau just step up, see the ball, full force of Junior Seau. Let's here comes Janikowski.
17th overall pick out of Florida State. The missing element, it's up, and it is no good. Sebastian Janikowski misses the 41-yard field goal. Janikowski 8 of 12 during the preseason, the rookie. And this score remains 0-0.
And we know Janikowski has that leg strength. He was kicking unbelievable shots in the pregame warmups, but boy, you got to make the points. That's why the Raiders drafted him. This should be a lock for him every time. You see the ball just kind of push it right. Didn't come all the way through. You see him pull his leg up a little bit. Not that I'm a great kicking specialist, but he didn't follow through, just pushed it. Pushed it to the left and never came back through.
Sebastian Janikowski misses his first career field goal.
And it goes back to preseason's one thing, the regular season's another.
From the 31-yard line, Leaf out of the shotgun, delivers to the sideline, and it's caught. At the 43-yard line, Jeff Graham with a 12-yard gain.
Well, you can't get enough of this Junior Seau hit. John Ritchie, you got to give him credit just to get up, but that's what a linebacker dream about. Extending those arms, getting a clear kill shot on a fullback, just deke leader. First thing to hit was John Ritchie's back.
First down from the 43. This time, Mike Riley changes it up a bit. Puts Terrell Fletcher in the backfield to run the football.
You know, not that the Chargers are running it great, but Mike Riley did say they're going to have that pass to open up the run. And they've run it better than the Raiders here in the first half.
Here's Coach Riley, who lost 30 pounds during the offseason. He wanted to get in shape like the rest of his players. 2nd and 9 from the 44. Leaf again to the sideline. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of Trevor Gaylor, the rookie. And that is the second of the game for Gaylor.
And we've talked about it. A lot of young guys playing this game. A lot of people with not a lot of experience. Gaylor, the rookie draft choice. Eric Allen right there, but the ball's right in your hands. Ryan Leaf, that's 4 or 5 times that he's had balls dropped. One of them interception. got to make that play. You make it all the time in practice. You got to make it under pressure on the road.
Leaf 6 of 18, 59 yards. 2 interceptions on 3rd and 9. Leaf underneath, broken up. Elijah Alexander got a big right hand on it. And the Chargers will be forced to punt it away again.
That time Ryan Leaf was forcing the ball. He got lucky. There was 2 linebackers he was trying to squeeze the ball between. He talked about his arm strength being about 85 to 90%. Maybe when he's 100% he can make that throw. But don't let your eyes fool you into thinking he's still rehabbing that arm and it's still getting stronger. But it's not all the way back yet.
So Darren Bennett, his 5th punt. Gordon stands at the 10. Bennett gets off another beauty. And this went into the end zone. 55 yards. Don't forget, next week, Anvil all in the studio, a new studio.
Jim Nantz anchoring and managing. How about being a head coach of that crew?
No question about it. And there's Mike Johnson, the new quarterbacks coach, brought in by Mike Riley.
Really been influential for Ryan Leaf, and Ryan talked about that. So did Mike Riley. And Mike Johnson was supposed to be up in the booth, but Ryan Leaf said, I want him down on the field during the season.
He looks a little like Jamie Foxx, the actor. How about that? 1st down and 10 from the 20. And here's Weekly running over the right side. John Perella with the tackle. There's Mike, former World League quarterback, CFL quarterback. And I tell you what, he could play Jamie Foxx in any given Sunday. He was a quarterback as well.
There, he could actually probably throw the ball. No offense to Jamie.
Oh, man. And we are at the 2-minute warning. No score from Oakland. Wow. To provide these aerial pictures, Goodyear blimps have been appearing over sporting events for a long time, since 1925.
Kind of looked like a plane to me.
That was the blimp taking pictures of
the plane. Okay. I got you.
2nd down and 8 from the 22 for the Raiders. Here's Gannon trying to get something going before the half. Over the middle, Andre Rison climbs the ladder and comes down with the football at the 37-yard line.
And Raiders going in hurry up, and you made a great call, guys. Climb the ladder, catch the ball in the tips of the fingertips. Andre Rison showing that he still does have something left. Secret's going to be out here real soon.
From the 36, Gannon again spins out of the pocket. Sidearm at the 40-yard line, incomplete. Tim Brown couldn't hold on. The Raiders and the Chargers have met each other 4 times in season openers as the flag goes against Oakland. And so far, Oakland 4-0 against the Chargers in season openers.
And I think that's going to be against 74 Matt Stinchcomb. The referee's mic didn't work, so I just busted him. He's going to be real happy about that.
And the Raiders' opening day record, 21-19, 4-0 against San Diego. These two teams split the season series a year ago. Raiders winning at home, Chargers winning at home. So 1st down and 20 from the 26-yard line. Rich Gannon standing. Oh, and it's caught. Jet with the catch at the 40-yard line. Michael Dumas with the hit.
Michael Dumas, a veteran free safety, and Rodney Harrison gets all the credit for the big hits, but Michael Dumas will hit you. Ask James Jett, little extended. Michael Dumas driving right through the receiver. That's exactly how they teach you to do it as a free safety.
Michael Dumas in his 9th year out of Indiana. Has battled injuries the last couple of years, and this defense, this Joe Pascal defense, really good in San Diego. Here's the shovel pass to Wheatley. And he has stood up at the 30, gets to the 31-yard line. Rodney Harrison with the stop.
That was a collision. You could hear that one up here. 5-yard pass completion there on the shovel pass. Raiders still haven't got their running game going, though. I'm surprised. And there's Joe Pascal, and I said he's done it with mirrors. I was laughing with him on the sideline before the game, say, Coach, lost a couple of guys. What are you going to do? And he kind of shook his head and said, I don't know. And that kind of led me to believe that he does know.
Whenever a coach says, I don't know, he usually does know.
Darn right.
3rd down and 15 from the 31. They need to get to the 46 for a 1st down. And Gannon calls a timeout. Play clock reads 0. And they get it off in time. .39 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter. No score. Gus Johnson, Brent Jones with you from Network Associates Coliseum in Oakland, California. And so far, Brent, it's been a defensive battle.
And it's played right into the hands of the San Diego Chargers. This is what they want to do. They want to keep it tight to the 4th quarter, especially when you're on the road.
3rd down and long. Gannon over the middle, caught by his tight end Ricky Dudley, and he goes down at the 35-yard line. Deron Jenkins, the cornerback, with the tackle, and the Raiders forced to punt it again. And Jenkins questionable coming into this game. He was moving last week, and he dropped a speaker on his foot, and it really injured his big toe on his right foot. But he is in the lineup and playing today. Makes a nice tackle on the bigger Ricky Dudley.
Those are the things that give coaches gray hairs. Or no hair.
Jeff Graham back deep at the 20-yard line. And they're going to let the clock out, and that's it. The end of the 1st half of play. No score between the Chargers and Raiders. Stay tuned for the NASDAQ.com. Will be receiving the football. Sebastian Janikowski has had problems with his touchbacks on the season, during the preseason rather. The tee in pro football is a lot lower to the ground than the tee in college football, so he's been unable to drive it into the end zone. Inside the 5-yard line, Ronnie Jenkins, the rookie out of Northern Arizona, is stood up and goes down.
Ronnie Jenkins with the kicker from the 3-yard line.
Gus Johnson along with Brent Jones, and you have to start the 2nd half by talking about Ryan Leaf. And he hadn't looked spectacular, but I believe that he's doing a pretty good job hanging in there.
You know, Gus, he's been solid, and he's made a few throws that were dropped. One that was tipped for an interception, and he's been tough. He got a shot right in the chin, split his chin open, and he's been able to battle back, come back in, and earn the respect of his teammates. Now he's going to make some plays happen down the field.
As you take a look at his numbers, 6 of 19. Leaf starts. 1st down and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Ryan Leaf.
And he is wrapped up and goes down. So the 1st half for Ryan Leaf. He threw 2 interceptions. He got drilled by Regan Upshaw. Time and time again, his receivers dropped his passes. Here's the 1st interception by Marquez Bolt. And here's the 2nd. That time, Charles Woodson. Leaf, draw play, Chancey stood up and goes down at the 25-yard line. Elijah Alexander, the former Indianapolis Colt, with the tackle.
Beaker doesn't in on that tackle as well, and we were talking to Coach Bresnahan, the defensive coordinator for the Raiders. He says Beaker is like a coach out there. He said I could give him my hat and my clipboard, and he could be a coach in this league right now.
Brings up 3rd down and 13 for the Chargers from their own 26. They need to get to the 38-yard line for a 1st down. Leaf out of the shotgun. And it's caught. Curtis Conway. Does he get enough? Yes. Curtis Conway at the 40-yard line picks up the 1st down. Needed 13. He got 15. And Ryan Leaf has to go to the sideline. Looks like he has an equipment problem.
Now watch Curtis Conway. He's going to get 2 yards deeper than he needs to for the 1st down. He knows he has to come back for the ball. See him take that step, that little shuffle back to the ball, but he still had enough to get a 1st down. That's veteran savvy for you. Instead of running right to the mark and taking a step back and not getting it.
Moses Moreno quickly into the game. 1st down from the 40. Moreno. It is broken up. Intended for Jeff Graham. And Eric Allen there defensively. Ryan Leaf with some helmet problems.
Wow.
or head problems.
And when you're a referee, they do a great job, but how do you miss that one? A big old hand across the helmet, rip it off, take a shot. It doesn't come off by just standing there.
Second down and 10 from the 40 for Moreno. Here's Chancey running the ball, and he is popped. Grady Jackson, the fourth-year man out of Knoxville College, with the tackle.
John Gruden talked about Grady Jackson having to be stout, come out and have a big game versus the run. Russell Maryland left that defensive line, and he was kind of the guy that was the father of that group, kind of led all those guys. A lot of young guys in there. They're going to have to step up and be the mature ones now along the line.
Ryan Leaf back in the game. Third down and from the 40. They need to get to midfield for a first down. Here's Leaf, sets up, goes down the sideline for Conway, the deep threat. It's incomplete. Eric Gallen. He was beaten on the play, but he gained ground while that ball was in the air.
And that's a key thing. And you see, Gus, he was beaten, and he had that great recover speed. You know, Eric Allen had that knee injury a couple years ago. He's come back, and you can see that recover, get those hands up there. He looked like a wide receiver going for the ball. And Eric Allen has been sticking like glue to these receivers of the San Diego Chargers, and Curtis Conway can run. Eric Allen looking great here in this first game.
Gordon at the 15-yard line, ready to return it. Darren Bennett sending it away from the 25. Low spiraling punt all the way in the end zone for a touchback. Darren Bennett drilled it, and the Raiders will start from their own 20-yard line rather, a 59-yard punt. No score, 12:02 to go here in the third quarter of play. Raiders with the football at their own 20-yard line. First down and 10, and it's been rough going for last year's fifth-ranked offense in the National Football League. Gannon to the far side, caught. Andre make it Jerry Porter, the rookie, with the catch at the 25-yard line. Porter out of West Virginia. Tomorrow, Labor Day. C6. Second man through is Napoleon Kaufman. Picks up a couple.
And we talked about the diversity the Raiders have on the offensive side of the ball and all the weapons, but this isn't what they had in mind coming into the game today. And I've never said this before, and I hope I never say it again, but we've had a lot of nice punts today.
Reminds you of the game back in 1998 at Oakland, when the Raiders and the Chargers combined for 27 punts, as the Raiders went on to win the game 7-6. Third down and 3 from the 27. Over the middle, it's caught by Tim Brown. Picks up the first down at the 31. Rodney Harrison with the tackle.
And it's just been amazing what this Chargers defense has done. And we talked before about some of the guys that they lost, Gus, and at halftime I had a chance to run into Richard Weiner, the great writer for USA Today. He told me to talk to Mike Riley, and the Chargers are going to sign Neil Smith immediately after this game today.
Wow.
Done deal.
Breaking news.
There you go. I'm a journalist.
You're
finally.
really taking this journalism thing seriously. Very nice.
Well, they need Neil. They need some rush on the outside.
First down and 10 from the 32-yard line. Play clock winding down, and they get it off in time. Tyrone Wheatley. And Wheatley over the 35 to the 36-yard line.
You know, and one of the matches that we thought that we'd see more of today is Ricky Dudley versus the San Diego linebackers. The Raiders really felt like they had an advantage, and I was down on the field before the game looking at Ricky Dudley, and that guy is a specimen. He is lean and mean. He's got big guns. He can run. Really broke out the second half last year, really gained some confidence. The Raiders got to utilize him more. Make some things happen.
Final 9 games, he had 23 catches. Into the flats, Ritchie wide open. And a big pullback from Stanford. Inside San Diego territory, Rodney Harrison knocking him out of bounds, but he gained 17 yards.
And when you talk about weapons, you don't usually think about the fullback, but both the safety, Rodney Harrison, the linebacker, are watching Ricky Dudley, watch number 83 right in the top of your screen. They're focusing on him. The fullback, John Ritchie, uncovered. Ritchie caught a lot of balls last year. He's got great hands. Reminds me of a former 49er, Tom Rathman. Can make some things happen down the field. It's nice to have your fullback be able to catch.
No question. 2 catches, 30 yards at 45 1 year ago. From the 47, Tyrone Wheatley slithering through the hole. Gets to the 42-yard line. Michael Dumas with the tackle. And Tyrone Wheatley, Napoleon Kaufman, great combination for the Raiders. They were 3rd in the league as a duo last year in rushing.
The thing that scares you about that duo, Wheatley can really get those dirty yards inside. Kaufman, the dancing side, the dancing yards outside, and make some things happen. And teams have to prepare for those running backs.
2nd down, 5 from the 42. Short drop for Gannon to the sideline, incomplete, intended for Tim Brown. And that will bring up a 3rd down and 5.
Let's watch Ricky Dudley. Well, they don't make the tight ends block here, do they? You just get your hands on him. See, you got to get your hands into them. Keep those arms down. That's why the 49ers on 3-step drops. You go right to his knees. Didn't make a lot of friends that way, though.
I'm sure you didn't. 3rd down and 5 from the 42. Kaufman in motion out of the backfield. Gannon the pump. Down the sideline, incomplete. No flag on the play. No flags. Tim Brown locked up with Darrell Lewis. Darrell Lewis, a very good cover man. Played most of his career in either Houston or Tennessee. Has 29 interceptions in '94 to lead the Oilers.
And watch this coverage. He didn't bite on the inside move, didn't bite on the pump fake from the quarterback. Darrell Lewis just turning around at the last minute there, making a play on the ball, but blanketing Tim Brown.
So Leckler, 7th punt of the game. Graham standing at the 10. Wobbly kick. Takes a bounce and is downed at the 2. Johnny Harris on special teams covers it up, and a 41-yard punt. The Chargers will start with their huddle in the end zone. Chargers from their own 2. Chancey running the football. Raiders are calling for a safety, but the officials will spot it at about the 1-yard line.
Darrell Lewis making a big tackle right there.
The Chargers offense at the 1-yard line. Here's a handoff again. Let's see.
Boy, I think that was a safety.
And that is a safety. And those are the first points of the game, courtesy of the Raiders defense. And it looks like Darrell Russell and Tony Bryant were the first Raiders to the football.
And it is so rare that you see a safety on a running play. Taking the handoff awful deep in the end zone. You see Darrell Russell come across the face of the offensive line and just slam the ball carrier right there on the goal line. Doesn't get it out. Big safety.
So the Raiders strike first blood. 7:23 to go. They're up 2-0. The Raiders are beating their chests right now. They've taken a 2-0 lead over the San Diego Chargers here in the 3rd quarter of play, and Darren Bennett will punt it. Wobbly kick. Darian Gordon fields it at the 26. And Gordon is knocked down at the 45-yard line by Steve Hayden, the backup tight end.
Let's go back and check out that safety. Watch the penetration on the right side of the defensive line. Bryant, Jackson getting in there, allowing Darrell Russell to come down the line and stop Chancey. Now, watch Leaf get about 4 or 5 yards deep. Boy, when you're backed up, that's a pretty deep handoff in your end zone, especially with the penetration capabilities of the Oakland Raider defense. You're going to see it from the end zone. Robert Chancey running into one of his own guys. You see Grady Jackson driving Raleigh Roundtree back a yard, and Chancey runs into him, and that allowed for Russell to come down the line and make the safety.
So some movement on the Raiders offensive line. There's Darrell Russell. Boy, is he talented. Talking to Kevin Gogan yesterday about Darrell Russell. He told us that not only is Darrell strong, but he can give you a speed rush in the middle of a power rush.
Yeah, he said there's only a few guys that have ever been able to do that, and he really has the speed. You could be on your heels, and all of a sudden, boom, he's by you.
First down and 15 from the 40. Gannon sidesteps over the middle. It's caught by Brown at the 45-yard line.
Complete to Tim Brown.
Back to the original line of scrimmage. Gerald Dixon stops him.
San Diego Charger defense still hasn't given up any points. And Junior Seau said an interesting thing to us yesterday. He said, hey, as far as Ryan Leaf goes, I'd love him if he just threw one interception a game. Have you ever heard a guy say, hey, throw an interception a game? But they have so much confidence in this defense, they just don't want the offense to give up points. And that's what happened there with the safety.
Second down and 10 from the 45. Trips to the top of your screen. Here's Gannon, looks that way, and he is wrapped up by Seau. Junior Seau, third sack of the day for the Chargers. And Junior, with his first of the season, had 3.5 last year.
Now watch Junior Seau come through Tyrone Wheatley's got him in pass protection, just olays him. The old side swipe, arm over, comes back underneath, gets right back into Rich Gannon. Tyrone Wheatley, we know he can carry the ball. He's got to be there, back there on Junior Seau, and that's a tough job for a back. You've got to get a shot on Junior Seau from a lineman because you can't have just a single back picking him up. He's too good of a pass rusher.
On third down and 13, flags on the play. Steve Wisniewski, the left guard, and that is the 7th penalty against the Raiders for 55 yards today. So they go 5 yards back, third down and 18 from the 37. They need to get the Chargers 45 for a first down. Gannon looking down the field for Tim Brown, incomplete. No flag on the play, covered by Scott Turner. And Brown wanted a flag.
And you're going to see they're going to let that incidental contact go this year. And Tim Brown saying it was more than just incidental. And Turner, you can see him turn and grab the shoulder. They said they're going to be more intent on calling pass interference this year. I don't know. That's an interesting one, Gus. He did turn and grab Brown's shoulder.
8th punt of the game for Leckler. Ran back at the 22. Wobbly kick. It's short. Ran with the fair signal, and it's fair caught at the 28-yard line. A 35-yard punt. 5:28 to go, third quarter. Raiders up 2-zip. Padres, it's the Raiders and Chargers 2-0 the score. There's Dean Spanos, the president and vice chairman of the Raiders. Bobby Beathard, former general manager of the Chargers, watching this one here in Oakland. Chargers with it at their own 29. Leaf over the middle and another drop. This time Freddie Jones. Bobby Beathard was the man that pulled the trigger on the trade that allowed the Chargers to get Ryan Leaf. They gave up a lot at that time to Arizona, but if it pans out, it doesn't look like it's a whole lot.
Yeah, we're still a couple more years to be determined. Wadsworth maybe can come in and be a force. You're going to have to live up to that potential. Boston, serviceable wide receiver right now. Have to see how that goes, but they still made the right move at the time.
Here's Leaf again over the middle, and it's caught. This time Freddie Jones hangs on to the football, picks up 9 on the play. Travian Smith with the tackle. And I tell you what, Ryan Leaf, he's been a little erratic at times, but the Charger receivers have dropped a number of his passes today.
And he's hung in there tight versus the blitz. That's one of the things that you like to see. A quarterback stay in the pocket, step up and make the throws. He's taking his shots.
Third down and 1. Lee caught by Conway and a first down. And he still has a lot of zip on that ball.
He sure does, and we talked about him only being 85 or 90%, and that was a gambling shot on 3rd and 1. And right now the Chargers probably don't have a whole lot of confidence in their rushing game, but 3rd and 1 out on Conway. Watch him just slide back out, catch the ball. He's coming inside, he has to adjust in. Big first down.
Leaf dumps it over the middle, and it's caught. William Thomas with the tackle on Chansey, who picked up 6 yards. Curtis Conway, the big free agent acquisition for the Chargers, as he joins his buddy Jeff Graham. They both played on the same team with the Bears in the 94-95 season and had 1,000 yards receiving. First time that had ever happened in Chicago. Leaf the short drop, pump fake, has Jeff Graham wide open, puts it on the money, and he's out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Branch with the saving tackle, but Ryan Leaf, a 30-yard completion.
And Ryan Leaf, a nice pump fake, but watch Jeff Graham. Eric Allen bites on the slant. It's a slant go. They hadn't run that all week, all game. They were setting it up. Eric Allen going for that slant. They're going for the interception. Jeff Graham bringing it back outside on what they call a slant go. Ryan Leaf put it right on the money.
From the Oakland 18, Chansey with the pitch, lowers his head and gets to the 15, maybe the 14. Marquez Pope, the safety, comes up and makes the tackle. So the Chargers are threatening. They also have a very dangerous field goal kicker, John Carney. He ranks first in NFL history in career field goal percentage. Over 81% of his kicks are good. Down at 7 from the 15-yard line. Freddie Jones in motion, the tight end. Leaf under pressure, knocked away. Leaf scrambles, loose ball, picked up. And the Raiders have it. Regan Upshaw picks it up and advances to the 40-yard line. Lance Johnstone came around the right side and knocked it out of Ryan Leaf's hand.
And a great athletic move by Lance Johnstone. Watch him on the right outside. Going against Ben Coleman. Coming right around. Coleman doesn't get a deep enough drop. Johnstone gets his arm up just in time, knocks the ball out of Leaf's hands. And the Raiders recover. Just the perfect timing right before that ball was released.
And there's John Gruden.
Gruden's fired up.
He certainly is.
And we hadn't heard Lance Johnstone's name all day. Going against Ben Coleman, who was a guard last year with Jacksonville, came over to the Chargers as a left tackle. And it's tough being out there on an island against a speed rusher.
There's Upshaw, who was traded from Tampa to Jacksonville last year. Regan Upshaw comes up with the football. Ryan Leaf on the sideline. They're reviewing this now. Was Ryan Leaf's arm coming forward?
It only has to start going forward. That's the rule.
And it looked as if his arm was coming forward.
And that's officially a challenge. We go into the replay booth and look at it ground level and see what Ryan Leaf does. A lot of guys don't drop their arm. They throw right from the ear. You can see him starting to drop the arm and bringing the ball back up. Was the ball coming up or was he throwing it? Was in the act of throwing it. And Gus, I think that's it. I think what they're saying is his arm was coming up. He drops his arm and starts to bring it back up. That's not the throwing motion. He's just bringing the ball up. A lot of quarterbacks throw right from their ear. And it's got to be irrefutable evidence to overturn the call on the field. And it wasn't, and the Raiders are going to hang on to the ball.
So the Raiders have it at their own 40-yard line. First down and 10. Tyrone Wheatley. And he gets to the 40. Maybe a yard on on the play. Jamal Williams there to greet him. Leaf on the sideline talking to his quarterback's coach. Leaf has been under pressure, sacked 3 times, hurried 6 times. He's been knocked down 5 times. 2nd down and 8 for Rich Gannon. And the Raiders from their own 41. Gannon looking. Jeremy Brigham with the catch, lowers his head, and picks up the first down at the Chargers' 44-yard line. A gain of 15 yards for the 2nd-string tight end.
Jeremy Brigham, the backup tight end, can make some things happen. Catching the ball, just run a little drag route. You see he's like the 3rd read. Rich Gannon seeing him out there right by the sideline. Watch him lower the shoulder. Bang! Keep those legs churning. Hang on to the ball. Does a nice job of protecting that ball. And the young guy's fired up about making a big catch today.
3rd-year player out of Washington. Play action Gannon. Setting up to the sideline. Incomplete. Intended for Richie, the fullback. Had it in his hands, but just couldn't hold on. Gerald Dixon covering.
And that's
Brown, the motion man. Wheatley bursting through the hole. He gets inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Darren Mickle with the tackle.
Were you surprised at how big Tyrone Wheatley was yesterday?
He's a very big track man at Michigan. Won the 110 hurdles. He's the Big Ten champ. 2nd in the 100 meters at Michigan. Gannon under pressure, gets it off. Nowhere to go for Randy Jordan. Lewis comes up and makes the hit. In the timeout situation. 3-1, Oakland with all 3 timeouts remaining. San Diego after the challenge. They only have 1 remaining.
A couple of not great timeouts.
Leckler from the 44-yard line. His 9th punt of the game. This is a beautiful one, heading into the end zone. Right now they have to go 80 yards for 6 points. Leaf down the field. Incomplete. Good job by Jeff Graham. He broke up the pass. He became a defender, Brent, because Marquez Pope looked to have his 2nd interception of the game.
Yeah.
To go in the 3rd quarter of play. He's faced with 2nd down and 10. Moreno to the sideline. It's caught. Reggie Davis, backup tight end with the catch. He's stopped by William Thomas. And he picks up about 8. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. The Raiders up 2-0. We'll return to Network Associates College. Lead it 0 on a safety by Darrell Russell with 7:23 remaining in the 3rd quarter of play. So the Chargers with the ball, 3rd and 2 from their own 28. Ryan Leaf over the middle, caught by Jones. 1st down and some. Freddie Jones still moving the pile. And they finally blow the whistles. This one should be spotted at about the 44-yard line.
Yeah, Freddie Jones has to get down. You stay up, they're going to take the ball right out of your hands.
So when you look at this game, a 2-0 battle. And although we haven't seen a lot of points, not a bad game.
Not a bad game. A lot of hard hitting early in the season. The offenses are still behind the defenses. But what you're going to see is I think the San Diego Chargers feel they have the Raiders right where they want them. 4th quarter, a field goal to win the game. That's exactly what you want to do when you go on the road in the National Football League.
At the 43-yard line, Ryan Leaf. And it's deflected at the line of scrimmage. Darrell Russell got a hand on it. How about this piece of trivia? The last 2-zip shutout happened in 1938 when Chicago defeated Green Bay.
Did you do that game?
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice. So history in the making right now. 2nd down and 10 from the 43. Fletcher in motion. Leaf out of the gun. Passing from the shortstop area to Fletcher. Nice move, and he picks up a first down. The speedy scat back out of Wisconsin. With some nice running after the catch, he picks up 12.
Watch Fletcher on a little delay route, puts a little shake and bake on William Thomas. William Thomas had him for a couple yards. Watch this little shake and hip, boom, missed it. Got to get in, make that play right now.
Chancey running the ball, bounces it outside with room, and is finally tackled at the 37-yard line. He's about 2.5 yards shy of the first down. Eric Allen had to jump on his back.
That's the only way he's going to bring that big man down.
Chancey's done a good job running the football today for the Chargers. Second down and 2. Chancey 16 carries, 58 yards. Out of the eye. Lee. Caught. Graham turns it inside, picks up the first down. Jeff Graham at the 27-yard line. 1999 rushing yards for the San Diego Chargers. Kind of a running back by committee system. Fazan, Bynum, Fletcher, Tremaine Stevens no longer with the team.
An anemic output, and Fazan had 183 of those in the last game against the Broncos when the Broncos were all packed up and ready to go home for the offseason.
Right now, though, the Chargers refusing to pack it in on offense. Here comes Woodson, the corner blitz. And Leaf throws it out of bounds wisely.
Aggressive move by Charles Woodson coming in from the corner. You see the safety go back out over the top to help on the wide receiver, but you get some cornerback blitzes and you're going to see the quarterback get blindsided. That's what you can do with Charles Woodson, number 24 here, bottom of your screen. Ryan Leaf almost stumbles there, dropping back. Woodson gives you some great versatility.
Second down, 10, flag on the play. Leaf in trouble, he goes down. Ryan Leaf sacked by William Thomas, the outside linebacker. But let's see, there is a flag. Looks to be against Oakland, offsides.
And let's see if that offsides is on William Thomas. Nope. And it's against Reagan Upshaw, bottom of your screen. You couldn't see it lined up in the neutral zone. That's a mistake that you just can't have happen, especially on your own red zone. Getting backed up.
And look at the penalty situation for the Raiders. 8 penalties, 60 yards.
And 2 of those against Reagan Upshaw. The late hit on Ryan Leaf earlier in the game.
So that makes it 2nd and 5 from the Raiders 23. The handoff, Chancey, and this time he goes backwards. Beaker, the middle linebacker, forcing him backwards, and the Chargers will be faced with 3rd down and about 5.
And Gus, you saw him run the ball right there. If I'm the Chargers, I run the ball again. I don't even think about throwing the ball. Give John Carney a chance to come in, the most accurate field goal kicker in NFL history. Give him a shot to take that 3-2 lead.
10th play of the drive. 3rd and 5. They need to get to the 19. Draw play, great call. Chancey picks up the first down at the 15-yard line. A gain 8. Beakert with the stop.
See, they baited the Raiders into thinking they were going to throw the ball. Watch Chancey. Watch those linebackers take the drop. Roman Fortin getting out and getting up on the linebacker, allowing that to happen.
18 carries, 67 yards for Chancey. Not bad running for a baseball player. Mike Riley calm on the sideline. Timeout called by the Raiders.
Darrell Russell getting upfield, thinking it's a pass. Getting penetration. Doesn't help you on a draw, though.
A little deception by the Chargers, and they're keeping their drive alive. 2-0 Raiders, but the Chargers are knocking on the door. It's the 2nd time they've been in the red zone. The first time, Leaf fumbled inside the red zone. And this is the 11th play of the drive that started at the San Diego 20. 1st and 10 from the 15. Chancey. Maybe a yard. Darrell Russell with the tackle.
And if you're the Chargers and you're Mike Riley right here, you don't want to take any chances. No deep drops. If you want to throw the ball, take a three-step, throw it. Don't throw it into coverage. Don't force it. They've got the no huddle going.
And you have the most accurate kicker in NFL history on the sideline for his first opportunity. 2nd and 9. Chancey again. And Chancey dragged down by Grady Jackson.
And that appears to be the strategy, and that's what you have to do on the road in this league. You got to play the percentages. Your defense is the strength of the team. The San Diego Chargers let Carney, you see him warming up there on the sidelines. And this is a chip shot for him. The other great thing, it's not on the infield dirt. John Carney's going to love that.
3rd down 8 from the 13. McCurry in the backfield now. And they're going to let it fly. Lee to the sideline. McCrary with the catch. Leans forward. He's out of bounds with the first down at the 3.
The riverboat gambler, Mike Riley. Ryan Leaf on a straight drop back, and he's going to get some pressure. And there weren't any receivers open early. Watch the replay. Leaf steps up and eludes Lance Johnstone. Gets the ball out. McCrary making a nice grab. That was really risky at this point.
First down and goal at the 3-yard line. Out of the eye. Chancey the deep man in the end zone. Oh, incomplete. Dangerous play intended for Graham in front of Eric Allen. That ball was almost intercepted.
And Gus, that was a huge mistake on Ryan Leaf's part. If you're going to throw the fade route, you got to throw it up and outside. You see Graham come underneath. If you're going to come underneath, it's got to be a bullet pass. It's got to be on a line. You don't throw it up in the air. That ball's going to be tipped every time. Should have been a pick.
2nd down goal from the 3. Chargers would love 6 points on this trip. Chancey breaks it back. Touchdown. Robert Chancey. And the San Diego Chargers take a 6-2 lead. An awesome drive orchestrated by Ryan Leaf.
Watch the right guard. Kevin go push his guy by the play. Chancey comes right back underneath. Gogan had the old headlock going. Chancey reads the block. And look at Ryan Leaf. He's withstood the battle thus far.
Ryan Leaf, 4 of 8, 46 yards on that drive, and they're going to go for 2.
Got to go for 2 right here.
Chancey the lone setback. Conway in motion. Leaf looking, fires incomplete. Freddie Jones, the intended receiver, and right now the Chargers and Raiders, things getting a little heated on that line of scrimmage. So with 9:37 to go in the 4th quarter, Mike Riley's team has a 6-2 lead. Welcome back to Oakland as you take a look at San Francisco across the bay. San Diego on top, 6-2 over the Raiders. So John Carney ready to kick it away. This will be Kaufman from the 9. Napoleon with running room. And he is driven down at the 30-yard line. A return of 25 yards. Tonight on 60 Minutes, there's no world leader. Raiders start 1st down and 10 from the 31. Chargers defense given a lead. And they have been great with leads in the past. Let's see what Rich Gannon and company can do. Gannon audibles at the line of scrimmage. Here comes Junior Seau, picked up. Gannon looking, steps up with room, and he is wrapped up by John Perella. A gain of about 2, maybe 3. And there's Ryan Leaf on the bench, 15 of 34, 172 yards. He's hit 8 different receivers.
And Gus, Ryan Leaf has showed me something today, and I wasn't a believer. And we sat and talked to him yesterday. He had a different demeanor. He told us He's got to weather the storm early in this game. No sacks, no turnovers. There were sacks. There was a couple interceptions, a couple drop passes, but he's fought through it.
2nd down and 8 from the 33. Play action, Gannon in trouble, and Gannon wrapped up by Adrian Dingle. And that's the 4th sack of the day given up by the Raiders.
You got to watch Adrian Dingle here on the right side take Matt Stinscomb, who was the first round of the Raiders last year. Watch him just armbar him and just push him out of the way. Watch this, get upfield, smash, come underneath, just throw him on the ground.
That's a Reggie White move.
That is a Reggie White move. Where's Dingle been?
And there's Joe Pascal. What a tremendous job he's done with the Charger defense.
Yeah, he told me he didn't know what he was going to do.
3rd down and 12 from the 29. Underneath, caught by Tim Brown. Will he have enough? No. Tim Brown needed to get over the 41-yard line. And he is tackled by Junior Seau, and the Raiders will have to send it away.
Well, 1 yard, 8 minutes left. You don't have to send it away. You could go for it. The fans are chanting to do. It's a little risky, especially backed up that far.
Saw the Philadelphia Eagles with a onside kick on the opening kick of the game. Let's see if the Raiders try to do something fancy here. Leckler gets it away. Wobbly kick. Jeff Graham with the fair catch signal at the 22. Graham returning punts today in place of Nate Jaquette, who was sidelined because of an Achilles problem. 7:30 to go, 4th quarter of play. San Diego with the lead and the football at their own 22-yard line, 1st and 10. The handoff to Chelsea and nowhere to go. Josh Taves in on the play. Whenever the Goodyear blimp is hovering above a game with its camera focused on an event, you know you're going to get a unique view.
They need some help from the offense. They're the ones that have scored, the defense.
Ryan Leaf gaining confidence. And the whistle and flag.
That's got to be on Ryan Leaf, actually. He thought the count was on 1. He moved his knees and jerked up. Center didn't snap the ball, so one of the two guys was mistaken there. Let's watch Ryan Leaf left leg. I think he starts to pull out just a little early, thinking it was on 1. It looked like everybody thought it was on 1 except Roman Fortin. Taking one for the team.
There you go. 16. Draw play. Chancey. And he gets to the 19-yard line. William Thomas, who's had a great game for the Raiders with the tackle. So that brings up 3rd down and a long 13 from the 19.
You guys find the Chargers at screen or draw. Do not throw the ball downfield. Don't look for a tip ball. You got a guy quarterback that's relatively new. He's only playing 8 or 9 games. Don't put the pressure on him to make a 14-yard completion. Backed up to his own 19.
They're 8 of 16 on 3rd down conversions and need to get to the 32 for a 1st down. Leaf out of the shotgun. And he's going to let it fly. Leaf underneath. Whoa. And he threw that in the quadruple coverage.
There were 4 Raiders.
4 black jerseys right there.
Well, you can't go to the well too often. They did it once before on the touchdown drive. And watch Conway. I think he's going to just slip down right here. Number 80 coming across. Slips. And there's Raiders everywhere. He put it the only place that it couldn't be intercepted.
So Darren Bennett comes on the punt. On the 4-yard line, Gordon back to the 37. Wobbly kick. Gordon will get a chance to return it at the 40. Goes backwards, now forwards. Let's go! A 41-yard punt, 8-yard return. Raiders with very good field position. They'll start from their own 47. 6-2. Chargers lead the Raiders. 5:30 to go here in fourth quarter. And the Raiders, 99, 355 yards they averaged, which was 5th in the NFL. Not the same story today. Tyrone Wheatley gets to midfield, maybe the Chargers 49. Now tonight on 60 Minutes, there's no world leader Al Gore and George Bush would rather have a heart-to-heart talk with than the man Mike Wallace has a heart. Second down 7 from midfield. Rich Gannon steps up and loses it, picks it up. Gannon with nice feet down the sideline and a first down. And Junior Seau told us yesterday that Rich Gannon is the most dangerous player on the Raiders offense.
And Rich Gannon got those extra yards because of a crucial block downfield by the tight end, number 83, Ricky Dudley. You see him coming off. He's running a corner route. He sees Gannon in trouble, start the run. Watch the left side of your screen. Watch him come back right here. Boom on Rodney Harrison. Boy, that's a big shot right in the knee. Glad Rodney Harrison got up from that. Huge block by Ricky Dudley. Gave Gannon another 7 or 8 yards.
First down and 10 from the Charger 36. Gannon to Rison. Turns it up. And it's close to the first down. Andre Rison.
And he's impressed me today. Just running a little hitch route right here. It's not that hard to run a route. 3-yard drop, turn around, get the ball. Little turn outside. Carrying that ball like a loaf of bread. He knows better than that. John Gruden will tell him, don't carry it like that.
4 catches, 39 yards for Rison. And there's the timeout situation. 2 to go for the Raiders, only 1 for the Chargers. 2nd and 1. Inside handoff. Nowhere to go. That's Zach Crockett. The fullback, Adrian Dingle, with the tackle. Network Associates Coliseum, Oakland, California, the season opener for the Oakland Raiders and the San Diego Chargers, 2 original members of the old AFL, who began play back in 1960. Raiders got on the board first with a safety by Darrell Russell, but the Chargers followed up with a touchdown. Running on the ground by Chansey. Meanwhile, here are the Raiders running the ball. Junior Seau with the stop.
And Wheatley got a full head of steam and just pounded right through there. When his shoulders are square to the line, he's going to drive that line forward, and he just hopped right through there.
Wheatley, 13 carries, 46 yards, 344 and counting. First down 10 now for the Raiders on the 22. Play action, Gannon. Dumps it off. Wheatley. Still running down to the 9. Tyrone Wheatley, who told us yesterday that yes, he can catch the ball. And the Raiders need to look for him a little more.
And a great effort, not only by Wheatley, but watch Rich Gannon getting pressure, just a little underhand flip. Wheatley hanging onto it. Stiff arm on Orlando Ruff, getting another 5 or 6 yards. Great extra effort. Great balance. You see him almost go down and pop back up, use that hand to push himself back up.
And Wheatley, 46 yards rushing. He's done a good job receiving as well. Brings up first down and goal from 10. Gannon pumps underneath, knocked away. Intended for Tim Brown. Nothing doing.
And Tim Brown is hot because it was pass interference. And Michael Dukes is dancing around saying, too bad they didn't call it. But Tim Brown was stationed right over the middle at 7 yards.
Second down and goal from the 10. Tim Brown in motion. Out of the pro set. Here's Gannon in the end zone. Rison.
Andre Rison running right to the corner. Rich Gannon, nobody home.
Andre Rison scores his first touchdown for the Raiders. The extra from Janikowski is good. And with 2:37 to go, the Oakland Raiders take the lead. Followed by Touched by an Angel, and then the CBS Sunday movie, A Step Toward Tomorrow. Andre Rison with the touchdown. They say that he worked on his touchdown dance all night in the hotel, and he unleashed it this afternoon here in front of the home fans.
Is that a new version of the old Andre Rison duck walk dance?
I don't know. He's been called Bad Moon Rison, Superman, and he probably has come up with a new name here in Oakland. We'll find out after the game.
Well, he told me to keep it a secret before the game, but I think the secret's out. Andre Rison looks like he's back.
No question about it. 5 catches, 49 yards, and a touchdown for Rison, who's only been in Raiders camp for 11 days.
That's a good way to make a lot of friends fast.
San Diego now trailing this game by 3. Let's see what Ryan Leaf and company can do. Janikowski kicks it into the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The first touchback of the preseason and regular season for Sebastian Janikowski. And that's what they brought him here for.
Andre Rison's going to run a corner route, but it's tough because the defensive back is outside, and watch him come up and stick inside, get the back to turn his hips, and come back out to the corner. Stick out. Great route. You don't catch 700-plus balls by running bad routes. And there's a little bit of a mini duck walk.
That's the new Rison dance, folks. But let's see what Ryan Leaf and the Chargers can do. They need to go 80 yards for 6. First down and 10 from the 20. Leaf to the sideline, incomplete. And what's John Carney's range? Where do the Chargers need to get in his range?
John Carney was kicking field goals in practice off the dirt from right about 52 yards. So about the 42-yard line. He was just clearing the crossbar. If we had him a couple games last year, that's right about where he wants to be. That's the far end of his range.
No timeouts for the Chargers. So they need to go about 40 yards. Here's the screen. Freddie Jones. And he's wrapped up at 25.
And the Chargers are going to have to get the ball downfield.
A correction. 1 timeout remaining for the Chargers.
And it looks like they're going to take it right now. And, oh, no, that's a 2-minute warning. Leaf was walking off the field.
They will step away at the 2-minute warning. 9-6 Raiders. 2 minutes to go. 3rd and 5. They need to get to the 30-yard line. Leaf to Conway. Cradles it. And let's see. He's at the 30. It depends on the spot.
Well,
but I believe he has enough.
Are they going to measure, Gus? Because it's right there. I think
no, they call it 4th down. He's about a half-inch short. And Leaf fighting forward. So they were reviewing the pass play, not the running play. Fourth and inches. Leaf is going to throw it. Intercepted. Incredible. William Thomas. You need an inch. And Ryan Leaf throws an interception. And you have to think that's some questionable play calling on that sequence. The third interception of the game for Leaf.
Looking for Freddie Jones just down the seam there. William Thomas getting a deep drop. Got to get some loft on that ball. Not high enough. William Thomas has been around a long time. Goes right down. Is not going to fumble it. And boy, in fourth and inches, you want to take big chancey and just slam him up in there, I think, and try to get that 3 inches.
With a timeout remaining. And the Raiders plan on downing this one with 1:25 to go. Rich Gannon takes a knee. Ryan Leaf.
I think your lines can get some push and get 3 inches.
So Rich Gannon takes a knee once again. The clock at 1:17. John Gruden will start 1-0 on the season. And one more look, though, at the controversial pass play. Here's Curtis Conway. Needed to get to the 30-yard line or beyond the 30-yard line for a first down. And the tip of the ball was not beyond the 30-yard line.
Well, the Raiders had their share of games like this last year that they lost. It's about time they got one on their side. And it was an ugly win. But 1-0 sounds so much better than 0-1.
And that will do it. The Oakland Raiders come back on a touchdown pass from Andre Rison. And they have defeated the San Diego Chargers 9-6. Leaf showed some flashes. He showed some poise, but unsuccessful in his 2000 debut.
John Gruden, he'll take a win any way he can get it. Tough one for the Chargers. Almost stole one on the road.
So for Brent Jones, I'm Gus Johnson saying so long from Network Associates Coliseum, where the final score is Oakland 9, San Diego 6. Right now.